also, I am going to make a fish stew. It's a salmon fish stew, and it's excellent. You would eat it almost like at a Red Lobster or something like that, I think. Anyways, it's a fish stew. It's yummy. It's wonderful. It warms your soul. These are your ingredients. You're going to need about 5 pounds of potatoes, 2 cans of salmon, tomato paste, salt, pepper, red pepper, and some bacon. Oh my gracious. Bacon. So first what we want to do is we want to cut up the potatoes into bite-sized pieces, put it in the pot, cover it with some water, and go from there. I think this is more like 3.5 pounds, but whatever you want to put in is fine. Added some water. I've got a small palmful full of salt, and we're gonna bring this to a low boil. The recipe calls for 6 onions, but these ones are pretty large, so I'm just gonna do 3 onions, and we just put them right there on top. We're gonna cook these together for about 20 minutes. If you don't like onions, you can always just chop them up in big pieces and then take them out later. That way you can still get some of the flavor. But this soup is really good if you're sick too, because of the vitamin C and the hot broth and the onion and the red pepper actually kind of clears and opens up your sinuses. I think it's good for when you're sick, but it's also good for a Red Lobster night where you can do like drop biscuits with the garlic butter on the top. Delish. So I need to know your best onion cutting tips, because I know I'm not following any of them because my eyes are about to die. Some people say you should be chopping under the water while the water faucet's going. Some people say you should be wearing goggles. Some people say, oh, what's the other ones? I don't even know. Has there been any that you have found that they actually work and you use on a regular basis for cutting onions if you're cutting a sizable amount of onions? Anyways, I'm on my 3rd and final onion, so it shouldn't be too painful. Anyway, unless I cut my fingers, then that would hurt and be painful. Okay, so we're putting in all our onions. All this. See, it hasn't even started to boil yet, so this will be good. That way the onions will get nice and soft too. And then this big old one. Okay, and then while this is getting to a boil, then we'll be working with our fish, because I'm doing canned salmon just because it's cheaper. But what I've done so far is I've just opened up this can and I've drained it, and then what you do is you just plop it out on a plate. Now if you don't care about the skin, then you can just plop it in there, but I always just get some of the skin off just because it's a little slimy or whatever. And then when you find the little vertebrae, I just go ahead and, it's been in the can so long anyways, it's just really soft, so you just kind of do this number and crush it up, because you can't tell that when it's in the soup that it's actually bone. It just kind of dissolves, so that's good calcium for you. But anyways, I try and keep them in pretty decent sized chunks, since I try and twist the pot rather than stir, but the more you move it, you know, the flakes kind of fall apart from the fish. So I just kind of, well, okay, I'm not supposed to be doing this yet. The potatoes are supposed to cook 20 minutes first. I'm going to cut this pack in half and use half of it. Another half I'm going to just save for later. I can do this without totally demolishing my bacon. So I'll just use this for breakfast or something else later. This one I'm going to go ahead and cook these. You can fry them in a pan, or you can do it in the microwave. I'm going to go ahead and just do it in the microwave. And then this will be like our topping. I have done it before where I actually crumble the bacon, the cooked bacon up, and put it in the pot. But if you don't eat it all in one day, then the next day it like reconstitutes and becomes like this flubbery, like it tastes like raw. It feels like raw bacon, even though it's been cooked. But because it soaks up the liquid, it kind of feels like soft and squishy again. So I just like to add it individually to my bowl. So that's what I'm going to do while this is cooking. We're just going to put this in on the top. And I'm going to do this one-handed like this and just drop it in, because I'm going to try not to break up the fish if I can help it. What I'm going to do now is take a can of tomato paste and just drop it in by spoonfuls and then kind of let it dissolve a little bit. And what I'm going to do after I put this whole can in is I'm going to take this pan and kind of just twist it. If ever you want to stir it, try and just kind of twist it so that you don't break up your fish. Okay, this is our stew. It's done. And it is smelling really, really good. So, well, I guess I'll just put it in a bowl. So how I'm going to dress this up is I'm going to add some of my crisped up bacon and just put it on the top, and then red pepper flakes. I'm only going to add just like a little pinch because I don't like it really that hot. But anyways, this soup is, or stew I guess, this fish stew is one of my favorite things on like a really, really cold day. And if you're, especially if your throat's starting to feel a little sore, it's just really good and soothing. It's really important to salt your water enough when you're cooking your potatoes so they can have some flavor. So get a close-up of this because you can see the lovely onion and the fish and the potato, the bacon. Oh, it's just so good. Okay. Wow, it's still so hot. I love this soup. This makes me want to go sail a boat somewhere. Try it sometime on a rainy, cold day because you will like it. That's all I have for you tonight. See you next time on The Green Apple Home.